Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will conduct a few experiments for my ECG 263 project, which have 5 different experiments. So, the 5 different experiment is particle density test, moisture content, particle grading, permeability, and field density test. Please enjoy my video. Particle density test. Weight the bottle and the cap on the digital scale. Fill the bottle with water until full. Weigh the water-filled bottle on the digital scale. Next, fill the bottle with the soil sample. The bottle with the soil sample then weighed on the digital scale. The soil-filled bottle is filled with water until full and then closed. After that, the bottle is shaken to mix well the soil and the water. After that, proceed to weigh the bottle of water and soil. The same step is repeated to the other bottle. 3 tests is conducted to find the average value of the outcome. These are the data that have been collected. Soil permeability test. Using a marker, mark on the side of the container H1, H2, H3 and H4. Make a few holes on the base of the container. Then proceed to fill all the container with soil sample that been collected. Using the back of the mallet, compact the soil to remove pores. The container then put into the water basin and then proceed to pour water into the container. Let all the water flow out from the container into the water basin. Prepare for the first permeability test inside the water basin. Pour the water until H1, then start the timer. Record the time taken for the water to reach H2. Record the time taken for the water to drop until H3. Finally, record the final time to reach H4. After finishing for the first container, repeat the same step to the other 2 containers. These are the data collected from the test. Particle size grading and texture test. First, weight the container and the sieve used for the test using a digital scale. By using a trowel, place the soil into the container to weigh the soil sample used for the test. Using the first sieve the soil and weigh the retained soil on the digital scale. After that, repeat the experiment using a different size of sieve. The sieve diameter must be smaller than the previous one to retain the soil sample. Finally, weigh the final passing soil on the container. These are the data that have been collected from the experiment. Water content test. First, weight the container on the scale and then place the soil sample into the container and weigh the soil sample. The soil sample is placed into 3 different containers. The soil in each container is about the same weight. After that, the soil container then placed on the open area. After a few hours exposed to the air, the soil is then weighted again. After observing the weight of the container, it showed that each container reduced some of its weight after a few hours of the sunlight. These are the results of the experiment. Field density test. First, the empty tin can is weighted. After that, the tin can is hammered into the soil. The soil is compacted into the tin can. Afterward, the tin can of compacted soil is collected. The tin can of compacted soil is weighted and then put into the container. Proceed to place the soil under the sunlight for a few hours to let the moisture out. Finally, the dry soil is weighted again to find its water content. These are the table of results.